Welcome back. We're back in the laundry room for phase 4. And this time my husband will be purging the emergency supplies we organized last time. If you missed that video, be sure to check it out. I'm Mrs. Sgt Teddy Bear, and this was the most stressful video I've ever made. I know I told you last time that that was the most stressful video, but this time, this is the most stressful video. And it's because I had to give up control of this project and just trust my husband to do what needed doing. What I wanted to do was just present him with an organized category and say, go through this category. And maybe do that once a night for, I don't know, a week, a couple weeks. Just maybe a half hour a day, or maybe even just like an hour a week or something, but that's not what he wanted to do. He wanted to just get it all over with. And I was so worried that he was going to burn out and not want to finish it and not want to do the next time. Or really digging down deep and looking at myself, I was worried he was going to do the job the wrong way. And he did. He did it the wrong way. He did it in the way that would not have worked well for me. But it worked really well for him. And the job got done really quickly and really well, and was a good reminder to me that I married a grown-up, not a child that I need to boss around, or that I even should boss around. So that was a good lesson for me in letting go of control a little bit. And honestly, you watch shows like Hoarders and you have all these expectations about how it's gonna go. And my husband has been saying all along, no, I don't have an emotional attachment to the stuff. I like the stuff. I want to keep the stuff. It just needs better organized. But no, when it comes down to it, I get rid of it. And I've been like, yeah, okay, that's what you say, but still here all the stuff sits, blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, well, I'm just going to do it my way. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's fair. This isn't an exact representation of the conversation. But anyway, so he did it his way, and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, that's a pretty reasonable amount of stuff to pass along on this first pass here. Now, did he get rid of as much stuff as I would have gotten rid of if I were going through it and making all the choices? No. But I wonder how my sewing collection would have fared if he had gone through mine and made all the choices for it. Actually, he probably would have kept pretty much everything, being like, I don't really know if you need this or not, so we'll keep it. Whereas I would be like, I don't really know if you need this or not, so let's get rid of it. And I think that's kind of our fundamental difference. So I've been seeing a therapist for a while, and she kind of had me convinced that Sgt Bear was a hoarder, and she had me convinced about a couple of other things that, looking back, I'm like, no, that really wasn't true. She really wants to give me a bipolar diagnosis, and every time I've gone through and looked at, explanations of what is bipolar, it really hasn't seemed like me at all. So, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think this is just another scenario where I let somebody lead my thinking in the wrong way. Now, she has helped me tremendously in a lot of other ways. Especially after my second baby was born, I think I suffered from postpartum depression on top of just my lifelong depression and anxiety. I didn't even know I had anxiety until I started taking, I don't remember the name of the medicine. I started taking an antidepressant, and like the first day I took it, I was like, oh, all I needed all along was a placebo, I guess, because I would be sitting, it was an actual story. I was sitting in the rocking chair with my baby, and I was nursing her, and my thoughts started to turn to, like, I don't know, her getting hit by a car or something when she's old enough to walk. And I waited for the feeling to wash over me of just kind of, I don't know, terror? But anxiousness, anxiety, that's what it was. I didn't know. But that feeling never washed over me, and I was able to move on from that thought. And I was like, oh, is this how normal people function? No wonder other people do things so much more easily than I do. And she had explained to me one time what serotonin is, right? It's this chemical. She's like, well, when you're feeling, you have these thoughts, these anxious thoughts, and then you have this feeling wash over you like everything's going to be okay. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. That doesn't happen. But apparently it does, and that's serotonin. And apparently I have less serotonin than I need to take care of that stuff on my own. On the other hand, I found out about a year ago, while I was pregnant with baby number 3, that I have sleep apnea. And I know you wanted a complete medical history on me today, right? So anyway, sleep apnea. So I've started sleeping with a CPAP for about a year now. Now I also had a new baby in that time period. But I can really tell a difference in my life when I'm sleeping with and without the CPAP. And I'm doing this now kind of instead of antidepressants. I don't know if when I stop nursing my hormones will change and I'll need to go back on antidepressants. We'll see. Kind of want to see what it's like with like sleep. How does sleep function on my brain? How does my brain function on sleep? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So back to the project at hand here. Sgt Bear just really shocked me with the amount of stuff he was willing to part with. I think seeing a mountain the size that we started with just kind of made me think it would never get better. But you can see how much stuff I brought upstairs, and I put it directly into the van, and we dropped it off at a thrift store the very next day. Thanks to Patricia. I actually thought thrift stores were closed on Sundays for the donation drop-off, but they were not. Phase 5 and 6 in some order will be tools and camping gear. And then that'll be the end of this laundry room project. So stay tuned for those next couple of videos. And please do subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be automatically informed. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.